Hey everybody, this time I've got my 2020 Model 3 Performance, and I had a very unfortunate incident. If we come down here, I already have the radiator out, but if we take a quick look, we can see a very tiny little hole here. And this tiny little hole, well, started leaking coolant everywhere. So first I was thinking about taking it to Tesla, because one of the things that I noticed is that the work instructions to remove the radiator is to remove what they call the radiator module. Well, if we take a look here, one of the problems with removing a radiator module in a Tesla non-heat pump version is the AC condenser has to be disconnected. So you've got to evacuate the refrigerant, then you take out the module, put it back in, you pump the refrigerant back in. I don't have that kind of equipment. Really don't feel like getting into that. So one of the questions that I did get asked is, well, a lot of people like to clean the radiator and the condenser. How did you get that cover off without taking out the front bumper? Well, let me show you. So I've got the front cover here. Now, if we look at the car on the side, the radiator module sits like this, okay? A lot of people are familiar with the clips that are on the back side of this, right? They snap this up, they lift it up, and then they kind of tuck behind it and they can clean it. The problem is there's clips that are down here on the opposite end. The other problem is that this is up against the bumper. So it's really hard to get this up and out of the way because again, it's pressing up against the bumper. The trick is to loosen that module. Well, to loosen the module, really easy. You got a bolt here, you got a bolt here, and if you go way down here, you'll see a bolt down there. And then last but not least, you'll see the other bolt right here. When you take those 4 bolts out, this module is now loose. There's enough play in the hoses for both the radiator and for the AC condenser that, you know, this thing will wiggle around. There's very little space here because I believe that is the power steering. Yes, it is. You got the power steering motor here, and there's probably a couple fingers between the power steering rack and the fan. So you're not dealing with a lot of room. Once you have this piece unbolted, what you can do is you have a little bit of room in the back, so you kind of move this thing back and then down. And what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to undo those clips right there. And so now with the rest of the module back and down, this can come up, and now you've got a little bit of play between the bumper and this piece, and then you kind of wiggle this up this way to get these corners out from the front bumper. The one place where it will get stuck, and this is a 2-person job, one holding the module and the other one holding the cover, is going to be that cross brace. That corner is this. There's not a lot of space right here, and there's not a lot of space right here, right? So the trick is to get that module coming up at an angle out of here. Once you get that module out, then put that bolt back in here, put the bolt back in here just to hold, and the bolts up here loose, just so you keep this module in place, because you don't want the hoses or anything hanging on something that it's, you know, not supposed to. You want it to have the bolts. Clean out the condenser, clean out the radiator, and then it's just a matter of the reverse. You know, you undo these bolts, set the module down so that someone else can come in, put that cover, snap it in place. Once it's snapped in place, then you can put it back up against the bumper, mount the bolts, and put the rest of the car back together. Hope this helps. If you have any comments, please let me know. Thanks.